Good morning, everyone. This is Melanie from Lightbeam's Treasures and Curiosities. Now, I want to take a different route because I obviously make income from different streams. And one of them is actually surprising. I use a company called ThreadUp. Now, if you look up this company, you're going to get some mixed reviews. I mean, they're frequently posting on Facebook, and you'll get hundreds of negative comments. I do want to say, I'm not being paid by this company. I would love to be paid by the company, but my social standing and my business is so brand new that I'm working my way up in order to start making valid reviews of companies. But up until then, this is my personal opinion. I'm going to tell you a little bit about what I do and how I do it. And this way you can make your decision if you want to add this type of structure to your growing business. Now, the company is called ThreadUp. And what they are is a consignment shop where you will send them your clothes. They will process them, they will review them, they will look them over, and then they make the determination on whether A, they mail them back, but the catch is you're going to get charged for that. B, they just toss them out, donate them, recycle them, do whatever they want with them. Or C, they're actually going to take the item, put it up for sale. They're going to get their percentage, and they give you a very small percentage of whatever the sale is. And they keep it up between 60 days to 90 days, depending on how high value your item is. Now, for some people, that sounds great. I personally hate dealing with clothing. For me, it's a hassle. I do not like going through them. I do not like touching them, cleaning them, storing them. I just do not like clothing. I do not have enough knowledge, although I'm learning through my sales and stuff, but I do not have enough knowledge to determine what is high end, what is not, this and that. So I tried an experiment where I requested a kit. You can request a clean out kit straight from ThreadUp. It's very simple. You open up a profile and you have a choice between either a donation kit where basically you're just donating the clothes, or the consignment one. This one is the consignment one. And basically what I did was I took one of their bags, I filled it up, and I just sent it off. And to my surprise, I will admit, it took a week for them to even begin to get it. And then it took 2 more weeks for them to process it. And then all of a sudden, I get an email of all my clothes. Well, it wasn't all of them, but my clothes listed on their website with their prices and a determination of, okay, do you want to adjust the price? You got 24 hours to decide. I can actually adjust the price at any time after the first 24 hours, but they have rules as far as when you post an item up, will it be on reserved if somebody wants to purchase it real quickly or whatnot. So I tried it, and I have to admit, I was really happy. I sent in, my numbers are probably a little off, but I'll say I sent in about 30 articles of clothing in the bag. Out of the 30 articles of clothing, they actually chose 15, which is half. It's a better percentage than what they usually accept. And then out of all those clothing, they all sold with the exception of one piece. So I was really, really happy. So I started incorporating ThreadUp into my business. And what I try to do personally is I try to give them a minimum of 4 bags a month, once a week. Sometimes that happens, sometimes that doesn't. But that's my personal goal, simply because A, I do get a lot of clothing. I get the clothing for free, either through when I do clean outs for some people, because that's one of the things I do. I'll do like garage clean outs, I'll do shed clean outs, I'll do house clean outs for people. So when they're just throwing things out, I'll take them. I'll get them through garage sale endings, because yes, when there's a garage sale, I will go up to the people and say, okay, is there anything you're tossing out, anything you want to donate, blah, 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 blah. So I get my clothing through different means. Sometimes when I do the dirt cheap cart run, they just load up a cart with clothing and with mishmash, and sometimes there's clothing in it. And I love when Dirt Cheap has their $10 carts. So if there's clothing in there, take it out, throw it in the bag. So, like I said, you order the ThreadUp kit, and then what you do is you simply fill up a bag. Can you see that? And the great thing about it is, dun dun dun, they pay for shipping to return it to them. I do not have to worry about shipping at all. I simply fill up the bag, seal the bag, dump it off at the post office when I bring in my other packages, and then it's a waiting game. We'll see what happens. Now, on average, I will be honest, I find personally I'm making between $10 to $20 a bag. Okay, $10 to $20 a bag. Now, remember I said that I'm doing 4 bags a month, so that could easily be $40, $80. I mean, it all depends, up and down. There's some months I had good days, there's some months I had bad. I did learn in the beginning because I sent in one of the bags, and I didn't wash the clothes or anything like that. They sent me a letter that basically said, due to their quality control standards, we cannot accept this bag. And that's when I realized, because there was a heavy perfume smell from the bag, I realized then from that point on that any clothes that I do get, I wash beforehand. So yes, that's one extra step. So if I get any freebie clothing, what I do is I take it, I throw it in the washer, throw it in the dryer, fold it up quickly, then throw it in the bag, and then send it off. It's adding one extra step. But for me, I say it's worth it. I mean, I do not have the time, the patience, the energy to take clothing piece by piece. Now, there are so many other companies out there. I mean, people have used Poshmark, eBay, Amazon. I mean, there's so many companies that you could do piece by piece. And in some cases, I have tried that. I mean, I've done Facebook Marketplace. I'm just not personally successful with clothing at all. And for me, it's more of an aggravation or a headache. So now, some of the things to take into consideration with ThreadUp, and I guess this is where you get the outpouring of hatred for this company, is one, it takes them forever to process a bag. I will be honest, it really does. I mean, whatever shipping that they're doing, a FedEx shipping, about the time they even receive the bag, you're talking a week to a week and a half before they even receive the bag. Once they receive the bag, then it takes them 2 weeks to process the bag. And then the catch is, once they process the bag, they're going to put the item up. And let's just say somebody buys your item immediately. The problem is, you have to wait for them to receive the item, and then, if I'm not mistaken, and they can correct me if I'm wrong, there is a 2-week waiting period after that for them to decide whether they want to return the item or not. So just to give a date, say I mail out my bag on January 1st. We're just doing simple dates. ThreadUp is not even going to post my item up until, say, January 17th. Once they post the item up on January 17th, let's say a customer buys it on January 20th. What that means is it's not going to be until February 10th before I even see that money. Now, granted, it's one of those things similar to eBay where if something gets posted up, it goes on the bottom of the list, and then as it as it sells, it goes up. So, I mean, an item is up for 60 days. It could take a while before it actually sells. Like I said, for some people, that's a long time. Me, the way I look at it, it's like a little tiny savings account that, I get a little email. This item sold, this item sold. I've already given them, believe it or not, about 20 bags already. And this has been going on. I started out in September, October, of 2019. So September, October, I started sending them back. We're now in January, and I'm pretty happy with, like I said, I try to do 4 bags a month. I'm happy with the money that I'm getting because, like I said, it will go directly into my PayPal account, then I can switch it into my bank account, and then it's like extra money in my hands. And for me, it's so easy. All it required was to A, wash some clothes, and B, fill a bag up. Now, they do have very, very high standards. Don't get me wrong, a lot of people complain about that is they're like, I sent this item. They have high standards. They do not take anything faded. They do not take anything stretched. They do not take anything bad quality. They do not take anything that just looks old. They want something that's, I'll say, that's in pristine, excellent condition, almost like brand new clothing. I sort of learned what to give them and what not to give them. I mean, when I get clothing, this is what I do. Like, when I get a donated bag of clothing, I will start separating. I'll be like, okay, this is good, this is good, this is good, this is good. Nope, this is awful, this is stained, this is pulled. And I'll separate it, and the one pile for the thread up immediately goes into the washer, and I wash it. The other pile of, nope, this is no good, I'll just take a look, anything that I could use or anybody else I know could use. If not, then it gets bundled up, and it goes right to the local pantry. It goes to the local church. I mean, I'm the type that I believe in constantly recycling. Anything that I'm blessed to get for free, I am easily going to give right back. And I mean, that's one of the things that I do, and that's how I make my business, and that's how I do things, is I immediately donate. And no, I don't worry about any tax write-offs or anything like that. Whoever's in need, it goes. If not, I'll put a posting up on Facebook. Anybody need clothing? Here you go. But I just wanted to make this video because, like I said, I really do enjoy ThreadUp. They get a bad rap, but they also get a good rap as well. And in my situation, I love the company. I love the fact that I don't have to worry about the clothing, and I'll get between, like I said, $10 to $20 plus or minus. I mean, most of the time it's consistently. And now that I know what to look for and what not to look for, my sales with ThreadUp have been getting higher and higher. So I've been very happy with the company. And like I said, it's so easy. I just fill a bag, and this gets to go to the post office with me. And the girls at the post office laugh when I bring in a bag. They're like, oh, you're bringing in another bag? I'm like, yep, another bag. So with that, I just wanted to give a quick review to ThreadUp. And until the next time, this is Melanie from Lightbeams Treasures and Curiosities. Talk to you soon.